What was Tom's ETA?
I didn't check the email after,
It's got 1 minute.
yeah, he's good.
We might have to delay a couple minutes to get him here.
I'll tell the one about the priest, the rabbi, and the lawyer or something like that. The classics.
What's wrong with that?
Just think of your punchline.
Haven't you ever heard of professional courtesy? That was the punchline.
Scott's not on.
No, it's not coming today.
What's hot on the agenda as far as development this year? Tell me about the Greenway. What's the latest on that? What's going to happen this year?
We're looking at a couple different options for grants
Through the city? Or-
through this state.
No, I meant the next section through the city, or what
Yeah,
section?
yeah, through the city. Hopefully we can make some headway on that. So we're
Yeah.
just gonna look at that, kind of revive it and see what we can do. So,
Looks like somebody's been cleaning the Greenway, even that section between Chinworth Bridge and CCAC, gotten some of the worst off there, so.
yeah, yeah.
And then the road along, Market Street going out to the Zimmer Complex, that bikeway's been cleaned off too. That was pretty rough out there for a while.
Next. Yeah, we had the county grind down some hump that was out there too.
Yeah.
Towards the end there, so hopefully that's gonna help people
If I
not
get on
wipe
my
out.
rollerblades, I'll notice that, but on the bike, you notice all the rocks and gravel and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Well, Justin, that, those pictures that showed the flood area, when Ed Robertson and his crew went in the tippy and cleaned out all that backlog, we haven't had any flooding since.
Yeah, we have to base the floodplain stuff off of the maps that
Yeah.
they supply us, so the FEMA does that. I
And
think the
that-
last one was 2015 when they updated it, so a lot of theirs is based off of contour lines and stuff. But yeah, the lake levels have been pretty steady
Yeah,
since then, so.
yeah. Matter of fact, they still have Pike Lake kinda low. I haven't put my boat in yet because it's been so low.
Do they, close the dam or open the dam up in the winter to lower the level in Pike Lake like they do in Winona?
Yes,
So is it still a lower level? They don't
it's
raise it?
still down.
Yeah, so it's not till May or something when they close it off?
I don't know. Taylor could maybe answer that because he lives there, but,
Oh, I thought you were,
well, I'm on Pike Lake. That's my access, that's where a boat is.
yeah.
And these guys live.
Taylor, when did they, raise the level of the lake, Pike Lake, or do they?
Yes, I just saw an email on that, and it's sometime in the next week, I think it's May
For Pike?
1st.
May 1st?
Is it May 1st? Okay.
It's May
Well,
1st.
that-
It's May 1st. It's May 1st, it can't be before. May
Real
1st.
estate Tammy knows.
Did Tammy think it was May 1st or May 2nd?
Yeah, I think she said, well, I don't know about that, I just got,
May 5th. Yeah.
May 5th, is that what she said?
You did?
First. May
First.
1st is when James.
May
said
1st?
They're not allowed to do it before that.
Oh,
So that must be about the same time as Winona.
Just
then.
talking about Pike with James.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's all regulated by the DNR.
That's
Oh,
right.
okay.
And then our wastewater guys do some of the labor.
I know in Winona, everybody has to get hustling, clean those beaches before they start raising it. We're hoping for some good weather.
well, that beach cleaning machine that the Parks Department has, that they take over.
Oh, yeah,
the-
yeah.
Boy, that thing does a beautiful job.
Yeah.
It's amazing how clean that sand is.
Center Lake sand always looks well groomed when they're done.
Yeah, absolutely. So is Pike Lake.
Total number of the.
There's only two of us. We gotta have a third.
We gotta have a third.
Oh, wait a minute, no, we got a third right behind us.
Oh, there's, okay.
Okay,
So we're good. We got a quorum if we need to
Tom's
get
not
started.
coming.
Oh, Tom's not?
It's not coming.
okay,
We-
we'll take it. Well, let's see, that means I gotta go back to the first here.
Here. Packet from before, just
Okay.
pull that up. Here you go.
Okay, well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the April 26, 2021 meeting. And on our first item of business, we will look for an approval of the March 22nd, 2021 meeting minutes. I'm going to jump in so we're limited here. I have read the minutes. If there are no further questions or comments, I would move to approve.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay.
There you go.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that passes. And then new business. Take it away.
Okay, so for our first case, this is a request for a variance from development standards. The petitioner has requested a variance to allow an existing crawl space to be located 6 inches below the base flood elevation, or BFE. The property is located at 2118 Blue Water Drive and was constructed in 2015. In March of 2020, the DNR conducted a scheduled Community Assistant Visit, or CAV, to review the floodplain development in the city over the last 5 years. During the CAV, the DNR flagged several properties that had apparent issues related to the city's floodplain regulations. Of the 5 deficiencies noted by the DNR, the petitioner's property is the last remaining issue to be resolved. Crawl space floors are permitted to be below BFE per the city's municipal code. However, the current code stipulates that one side of the house must have an exterior grade at or below the finished floor of the crawl space, or the crawl space will be considered a basement. And this could be even 1 inch below, all the way around the property. It would be considered a basement in the eyes of the DNR and the eyes of the city's code. This provision in the code is intended to prevent hydrostatic pressure from compromising the foundation of a structure. And in order for the subject property to comply with the current floodplain regulations, the DNR recommended that the property fill in the crawl space 6 inches to bring the floor of the crawl space up to the grade of the exterior elevation. So that would bring it above the BFE or to the BFE, and then it would no longer be required to comply with all the floodplain regulations. The petitioner, wanting to do the right thing, sought bids to fill the crawl space. The cost to the homeowner would be from anywhere from $10,000 to $13,000.
Was that for soil or for concrete, just out of concrete?
Concrete.
Concrete.
And I
okay.
think that was peat gravel too. They might be able to fill you in on the details, but those were the kind of the costs where the numbers were coming back. The exceptional nature of this case results from the incredible disruption that filling the crawl space would create, with no demonstrable improvement to the safety. According to the attached engineering report, filling the crawl space is not only unnecessary to improve the performance of the structure during a flood event, but it could also potentially be a detriment to the property. The planning department understands that the floodplain ordinance is vital to ensuring public safety, as well as minimizing property damage during flood events. However, requiring a homeowner to undertake an unnecessary and potentially damaging action on their property is not in agreement with the intent of the floodplain ordinance. The planning department recommends that you approve the variance from development standards to allow the crawl space to be 6 inches below the base flood elevation. And the attached engineering report breaks down a lot of the considerations and evaluations made by Structure Point.
Do you have any reservations about that study? I mean, you know these people and you're confident in their findings?
Yeah, I have absolutely no reservations about the study. Looking at it, I talked to the city engineer. He's not a structural engineer, but he shared my belief when he calculated the hydrostatic pressure that 6 inches would create on a basement foundation wall. But we obviously wanted to seek somebody that had an expertise in this area, and that's what we did for the study.
And then why does he bring up soil? I mean, they talk about concrete, but then in the report, it talks about a soil fill. I mean, how'd that even come into the equation?
Because that is an option. You could fill it with soil, but even hauling in soil had cost.
Yeah, well, I agree with the
cost.
report, too, then you got all that moisture you're trapping down there, too.
Yeah, it would definitely hold some moisture. Peat gravel was discussed. There are different materials that could have been used, but
Okay.
concrete was since they have an existing concrete floor, I'm assuming that's why they would have been inclined to look at concrete as a material.
Okay. Dan, Tammy, did you have any further questions for Justin?
No, I don't.
No.
Okay. Then with that, Mr. Seward, if you have any comments you care to make, now would be the time. Yeah, go ahead, yeah. Give your name and, for the record.
Yeah, Taylor Seward, Ann and myself, Ann Seward and Taylor Seward, are requesting this variance based upon the engineering study and its recommendations that Justin pointed out. And also, the second point would be that it's my understanding that both Justin and I agree that this variance would be a win-win for both parties to resolve this technical issue that came up, 5 years after construction. And we really have no way of determining why it happened, because the prior administration before Justin handled all of this, the permitting process, so on and so forth. And, there's just no way to determine, why it happened.
Mhm.
But this variance would create a win-win situation, put this issue behind us, and then we could move on with, not adding more to the problem as per the engineering report, which would be kind of silly to do something that's not going to add any value to the situation. So we respectfully, ask for the variance.
Who hired the firm, you or the city?
The city did.
Okay, so when did you first become aware of the results of the test? After they were done, or?
Yeah, after they were done.
Okay, so you had no input into the test?
None
It was
whatsoever.
independent of you?
No,
Okay,
none
fair enough.
whatsoever.
Okay.
No.
Anybody have any further questions for Taylor? Dan? Okay, thank you, Taylor.
You bet.
Assuming there's no further people in favor or against, I'll close the discussion to the public and open it up to the panel. Tammy or Dan, do you have any thoughts you want to?
I make a motion we approve this.
Okay, Tammy, he made a motion to approve. Are you in agreement?
I'll second.
Okay.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, it's unanimous, and Taylor voted too, so I saw that aye. Okay, it passes. Justin, are there any further issues you want to bring up?
No, we don't have any other matters today.
Okay, with that then, the meeting is adjourned.
Motion to adjourn.
What's that?
Motion.
I said I'll make
No,
a
that
motion.
technically, you don't care about this. You don't technically have to do that. That's just a prerogative of the president to sit there and adjourn under his own prerogative, which is what I prefer to do. Adolf Hitler was my ancestor,
No.
so, we are adjourned. And I won't hold that against you. Okay, we gotta get something signed.
Yep, you should have it.
All right, thanks, Tammy.
Right now.